Hey everybody, Gunner Bird here. We're here with another one of the worst movies on YouTube. As you can tell by Bird, he doesn't care enough about the movies to say the words anymore.
Say the words.
We're not gonna be okay. So, our enthusiasm lasted 1 week.
Your enthusiasm got blasted.
1 week. One fucking week.
1 week.
And then this fucking guy had to recommend to us, hey, there's a Nick Millard movie that nobody on YouTube has reviewed and nobody online has reviewed.
Yeah.
Here. And I'm like, without looking at it at all, I'm like, okay, Nick Millard. Day!
You're like, Mikey likes it.
I'm done, dude.
Stop listening to people.
I am done with Nick Millard, dude.
All they want to do is hurt you.
I'm done with Nick Millard. I am done.
Okay.
I am throwing the fucking gauntlet down. No more Nick Millard!
No more Nick Millard.
Fuck him.
Millard.
But anyway, what we're doing today is Alcatraz Breakout. Nick Millard's most boring movie to date.
Oh. Yeah, it was.
Oh, so boring.
It was.
And of course, it's a Nick Millard movie, so it's an hour long and felt like 9.
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad hurt. It hurt a lot.
Yeah, it really did.
It did.
It's from the same year as Crazy Fat Ethel, you know, a Nick Millard movie that was slightly interesting and had stuff to talk about, released the same year as this movie, which has nothing interesting and nothing to talk about. But here we are, we're about to just fucking ramble on some shit.
It's a serviceable movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it has a plot, and you can follow plot from beginning to end.
With an actor who looks like an old Mark Hamill.
But speaking of, it starts with old
with a
Mark.
huge stash.
It starts with old Mark Hamill here being brought to Alcatraz on a fucking boat.
It's a hard knock life for Mark
Grant.
Oh, Grant.
Well, remember his last name was John. John Grant.
Grant, right? And
yeah,
it was said a lot.
And I assume that a lot of this footage was filmed while Nick Millard was on a fucking Alcatraz tour.
He just waited till like it was the last tour, you know, like nobody wanted to go on it, so like he was able to do his little movie.
That's the only way this movie did to me. So anyway,
I'm gonna say poor diet.
We cut to Grant and the warden talking about Grant's prison record.
Convicted of bank robbery, sentenced to 10 years in the federal penitentiary in Atlanta. Attempted escape, tried and convicted. Sentenced to an additional 3 years and transferred to the federal penitentiary at Leavenworth, Kansas. Attempted escape, tried and convicted. Sentenced to an additional 5 years and transferred to the maximum security federal prison at Alcatraz Island. Well, Grant, the only thing that you will succeed in escaping to here is your death. You have my word on that.
Lack of sleep.
Then they talk about like security of Alcatraz and what fucking not.
As warden of this institution, I'm duty-bound to inform you that the government has built an escape-proof prison here at Alcatraz. We're surrounded on all 4 sides by shark-infested waters. The federal guards here take mandatory target practice weekly, not monthly, as it is in other federal prisons. The weaponry here is all heavy caliber, so if you're shot, you won't just be wounded.
Right, and I didn't really see much security there. In fact, all you ever saw was Warden and Fat Polly.
Yeah, one guard, Fat Polly.
Happy birthday, Polly.
Fat Polly wasn't enough guard at that. You know, it's not. He wasn't like fucking.
He wasn't super inept,
Well,
but
no,
he wasn't
like Shawshank Redemption with who played the guard?
I don't remember.
Like the main guard.
I don't remember. Michael Rooker? No.
Michael Rooker. It was friggin' from Highlander. It was
Christopher Lambert?
No!
Clancy Brown?
Clancy Brown, yeah.
But yeah, you said about Shawshank Redemption, as you said while we were watching this is Shawshank Redemption.
Redemption.
I don't even want to talk about it, dude.
This movie took a poop on your heart.
Yeah, it fucking did. It ruined my fucking day.
It took a poop on your brain. Like, seriously, like,
it
I
ruined
watched
my
the
day.
progression, you were like,
yeah.
And you realized that this wasn't going to be fun. In fact, it was going to be a boring, standard, cut off film that we had to watch of an old Mark Hamill make really dumb decisions while in prison.
But we'll get into that, because first, blah, blah, fucking blah, Grant meets his next door neighbor, the vampire guy from Satan's Black Wedding. So this movie is chock full of people that were in other Nick Millard movies.
Welcome to the Rock, Grant. Yeah, thanks. I'm George Fraser. What are you in for, Fraser? Counterfeiting.
Yeah, and everybody had a glorious mustache. Let me just point that out. I mean, everyone. Except for maybe Dr. Bloodbath.
Oh, he had one too.
I mean, he had a mustache, but it wasn't glorious.
Yeah. But anyway, so they're talking for a while, and then a fog whistle fucking goes off.
What the hell was that? Foghorn. Fog's coming over the Golden Gate Bridge. Usually does this time of the day. Jesus. Don't worry. You'll get accustomed to it.
Forever.
For how long, fucking Terry?
Moo-woo, moo-woo, moo-woo.
And then, I mean, even if it turns to night, it's still moo-boo, moo-boo.
I think somebody forgot to turn that off, because I think even people in the city would be like, all right. Fuck.
Yeah.
Moo, 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 moo. Like, somebody blow that fucking thing up. I mean, it's just a guy operating who's just an asshole and just let it go for 24 hours.
I hope y'all motherfuckers enjoyed my enthusiasm for 3 episodes.
You're like,
3 fucking episodes.
Oh god, he wants to kill himself already. I told you wouldn't last long.
So anyway, blah blah fucking blah. This dude, which was also in other Nick Millard movies, is like crazy hand guy. I can't remember which one that
2 weeks
was.
was gonna wipe out like how many years of fucking destruction.
I hoped.
I bet if they did like they took samples of our brains, you know, like they show like this is an activity of a normal brain, and if they showed ours, I don't know, bonkers.
No, it'd just be. But anyway, so that dude gets a telegram that his dad is dead.
Wake up, Phil. Here's a telegram for you. It says your father died. You're gonna be a little late for the funeral, kid. About 8 years too late.
And Fat Polly Guard here gives him shit. I don't
But
care.
this is part of the brain where the no fucks are given. As you can tell, these two have it like super lit up. Like that's the only part of the brain that's lit up is the no fucks given.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nah.
Blah blah fucking blah. Vampire and Grant are in the fucking yard, and they're talking about wall security.
How high is that wall? 20 feet. When they built the wall, before the cement on top had dried, they took hundreds of broken bottles and embedded the jagged edges into the cement. So if the wire doesn't tear you to shreds, the broken glass will.
Fucking John's wife and kid.
Right.
I've got a wife and daughter out there, and I don't intend to spend most of my life separated from them.
And you know, and John, he's kind of an idiot. Kind of an idiot. Let me put that another way. He's a fucking idiot. Like, he is not a character to root for. And you figure this out the more you get into the film.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, yeah, you know what, John, I would have done that. You know, and then you watch another part, and you're like, I really wouldn't have done that. You know, and he just keeps doing dumb shit. Now, he's not, like, he's dumb. He's the smartest dumbass ever. Let's just put it that way. He's able to get out.
He hasn't done anything yet.
No, but...
Because first we got to meet his wife, which is Garden Party.
A young garden party.
A younger garden party.
Whatever.
And she calls about visiting hours and stuff.
Will you please get me Prospect 65915? Hello. My name is Grant. My husband is John Robert Grant. I want to find out about visiting privileges.
Oh, and then I love her enthusiasm. I mean, everybody's enthusiasm, and this is incredible.
Which made my enthusiasm at this level. So this movie put me on their level.
To see about calling to see my husband is 313-0. You know, and then of course everybody had the same, except for the warden. The warden was the best actor in the whole goddamn thing.
Can't argue that.
Paulie Walnuts tried, but he fucking didn't do it.
No, I guess if you're really gonna go like acting chops wise, I guess you got the warden.
You got the warden.
Then you have the vampire mustache.
Vampire mustache.
And then everybody else was down here.
Well, everybody else had that same level. And I'm pretty sure that there was, you know, because there was a young Dr. Bloodbath in there. And I'm pretty sure that he watched fucking old Mark Hamill do his acting. It was like, that's how you do it? Totally bland, with no fucking emotion whatsoever. Awesome.
He is the prison book cart guy.
Yes, the library guy. He said that. He didn't say library. He said library.
Grant,
Yeah?
you're entitled to check out books in the prison library. I'm the assistant librarian. Anything in particular you want?
Yeah, a book on structural engineering and tunneling.
Sure, I'll put you down on the waiting list.
But he's the library guy, and he talks like this. John, I brought you a book on eggs and sausage. I know you like that. And he's like, thank you for bringing me a book on eggs and sausage. You're welcome, John.
So blah blah fucking blah. John and the fucking warden talk about John being from fucking Arizona.
Hello. How you getting on?
All right, Warden.
I understand you used to have a small ranch in Arizona before you started robbing banks.
That's right. That's why I robbed the damn bank so I could keep my ranch.
Never mind that. You had a fair trial.
You're gonna say his name every single time. John.
I'm only doing what the vampire mustache did.
John. I know.
So anyway, yeah, they talk about him being from Arizona and having a ranch and knowing about cactuses.
What I want to know is, did you have any cactus on that ranch?
Cactus?
Yes, cactus.
Sure, Arizona's lousy with cactus.
He's like, we're on our 15th audit of the election. We still don't believe it wasn't stolen.
The warden wants to plant a cactus garden so tourists that ride boats by can. I don't care.
Well, I want to plant some here at Alcatraz, and I think you might be the man for the job.
You want to plant cactus here on Alcatraz?
That's right. This island has become a major tourist attraction. Every day, sightseeing boats circle the island. And over at Fisherman's Wharf, they've installed row after row of high-powered telescopes, so tourists from the Midwest can get a close-up view of Alcatraz. I want to beautify the island, put some green on it. And since cactus requires so little attention, that's what I want to plant.
He wants to beautify the island.
Yes, that's it.
There's tourism. It's getting there. It's getting big and shit for the island.
Yeah.
They're not exactly gonna have people come on and do tours yet. But yeah, they want to beautify it up. So they're planting cactuses?
And they're talking about all these different kinds of cactuses.
Got a book here on the different varieties. Saguaro, Ocotillo, Barrel, Cholla. I expect you've seen them all, haven't you?
Yeah, they grow wild in Arizona.
Good. I want you to plant a cactus garden on the western side of the island.
Cactuses? Because I'm like, cactus, okay, all right, well, fine, that's one. But is that it? Like, no flowers, just fucking cactus? And, you gotta admit the warden's idea was kind of stupid. And he just sent John with one hoe. Like, he didn't send a team of fucking dudes to go out there and beautify the island. He sent John. Now, when he was setting it up with him, I thought he meant like, dude, I want you to like supervise this whole fucking deal that we're gonna do. We're gonna beautify the island for tourism. No, he's like, John, go with Paulie Walnuts with a hoe and go dig up and make some cactus. Oh, by the way, there's no cactus. It's just you with a hoe.
We haven't even got that far
Like,
yet.
where's
because,
the fucking cactus? Are you gonna give it to him, or is John supposed to just shit this stuff out?
But before that, we get John fucking smoking and pacing, smoking and laying for fucking how goddamn long?
Kids.
Forever. 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 Forever.
It doesn't matter. Somebody's up there going
Somebody's up
forever.
there going forever.
Which I love how we're like, we're taking a break from them.
No, that's a part of us now.
Blah, blah, fucking blah. John's out there with his single hoe, hoeing, and cuts his fucking leg.
Ow!
What the hell's wrong, Grant?
I cut my leg with a hoe.
That's too bad.
Permission to sit down.
Stop malingering, Grant.
It's bleeding pretty bad, Captain.
God damn it, Grant. That was a pretty stupid thing to do.
Well, he did it on purpose. But, John's acting like so suspicious. If Paulie like was paying attention at all, he would have known that. Like, he kept looking back at him and shit. I'd be like, hey, you up to some shit?
Yeah, stop planning some
Stop
shit.
fucking looking at me and do your hoeing. Like, I don't even know where the fuck we're out here. It's just me in this suit that doesn't fit.
The jacket's way too fucking tight.
If he breathed out, dude, Christ, the buttons would be like...
So, John goes to the fucking doctor and steals a vial of chloroform.
Yeah, for a straight minute.
He couldn't tell what it
Because the
was.
pace is so fucking slow. And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, you had to do all that? You could have had Fat Boy come over and be like, oh man, my leg, yeah! And pulled him over your shits.
No, John's a good guy bank robber.
Oh, he's a good guy. And you know what? That good guy bullshit really paid off for John.
We'll get into that.
Fucking that criminal.
It cuts right back to John doing his hoeing.
He's a hoe.
Where his bandage comes off.
Captain, this bandage has come loose.
Well, tie the goddamn thing up.
And he used it to chloroform Kmart Polly.
Well,
happy birthday, Polly.
Yeah. He's like, hey, my shit came off. And Paulie's like, well, take care of it, John, you stupid fuck. So he kneels down, he pulls up his pant leg, and he's looking back, and he's pulling it down, looking back, pulling it down, looking back, pulling it down. Like, look, Jesus Christ, you're sitting there with the gun watching him. Wouldn't you be like, what are you fucking doing? And he's like pulling up in his pocket. His arm movement does not look like he's fixing his shit.
As he's chloroforming fucking Kmart Polly, Polly's one hand is completely free. Holding a gun. Could have went, whack, and hit him with the gun.
With the gun. He just fell down and was like, take me.
So he ties him up and then goes to these... I didn't mention, and it doesn't matter, but for some reason, there's these two army guys surveying the island.
We don't know why. They don't explain. Don't ask.
But fucking John goes up to Red Stash here, which has a strangely red mustache for his hair not being bright fucking red. Sticks the hoe in his back.
A hoe. Even though he had access to the gun. He could have put the hoe down
He's a
the
good guy bank robber.
Fuck that. He still could have used the gun.
Yeah, you're right.
As long as he took the
But he chloroforms Red Stash and then runs straight at the other soldier and chloroforms him. I'm coming for you.
Seriously, the guy saw him coming and still reacted just like fucking Paulie. Take me. Like he's inept. They're inept, so it worked out for him.
So he steals fucking the army guy's uniform, walks for how fucking long, me? Forever!
And dude.
Forever! Forever! Forever!
He makes you root for him for half a minute. You're like, go, old Mark Hamill. You know what I mean? He gets down. He's walking down the boat ramp.
Yeah, he gets on.
Get in a goddamn boat.
He gets on the fucking boat and slowly rides his ass over to San Francisco.
My God, that boat's going 5 miles an hour.
And then,
swam.
as this is going on, the warden's calling the FBI.
This is Warden Paul D. Matthews at Alcatraz. We have an escape attempt in progress. The inmate's name is John Robert Grant, number 1313-0. I have reason to believe that he's now aboard our shuttle boat, which will dock in San Francisco on Pier 40 in about 8 minutes. He's wearing a U.S. Army uniform.
Right. You know, most talented actor in this film is calling the FBI, and so, like, he already got him. He's like, hey, look, he's going to show up, he's wearing this uniform, done deal, you know?
So, yeah, he rides the boat the whole way in.
Doesn't jump off. You know.
Rides the whole way, gets off the boat, instantly gets got.
Oh, my God. I thought this would work out. What a fucking... And you're like, God damn it, that worked. What the fuck is he doing?
It cuts right back to the fucking warden.
Get another 5 years for this.
There's not a lot of difference between 18 and 23, Warden.
Well, we're going to do our best to make you realize that difference, Grant. Starting today. With the Lord's help, I've built a penal institution here at Alcatraz Island that's a model which others follow. Unstable men like yourself, Grant, that can't adjust to society's rules, have tried in the past to destroy it. But in the end, Alcatraz has always destroyed them, as it will you.
Where we find out John's going to get solitary.
A lot of solitary.
But before that, they put John in his cell just so he could talk to Vampire Mustache.
I'm personally gonna clean out a hole for you, Grant. I hope you like bread and water.
You forgot my postcard, Grant.
I didn't forget. I just didn't have enough time to mail it.
How many days did you have in solitary?
9 months.
And tell him what's about to happen.
Well, Vampire Mustache gives him all kinds of tips.
Don't try to sleep lying down or even sitting against a wall. Get face down on your arms and knees, so that as little as possible of your body comes in contact with the cement. If you don't do this, you'll die of pneumonia. They won't get you to the infirmary until it's too late. Do some kind of exercise every day. The rest of the time, turn your mind off. Don't think in there, because you'll lose your mind if you do. Say your wife or your kid's name over and over again.
Hell, one cell's the same as the other.
No, it isn't, John. Things happen to your mind in that cell. You hallucinate. And once you lose your grasp on reality, you may not want to regain it. They want you to die or lose your mind in that cell. You do as I have told you.
He was like, do some jumping jacks, count back, forth, you know, say out your name, whatever.
Your wife and kid's name, blah,
yeah,
blah,
get down
blah.
on your hands and knees and play bridge. I don't know, whatever. But like but like, here's the thing. They told him, they're like, remember this. They said, even Paulie Fat Boy said, like, we're gonna fuck you in the ass. Like, it's gonna be hard for you now, buddy. You know, and then it was just like, I mean, besides the solitary, that kind of blew, but what they do?
We cut him in solitary, and all we can see is a sliver of his eye, and we get
never ate.
And then we get
anybody ever eat in the show, in the movie?
We get flashbacks of him and his kid, him and his horse.
What?
Never his wife.
I thought you meant Garden Party.
No.
I was like, that's terrible, calling her a horse.
And then we get to, then with Garden Party.
John, wake up. I've got breakfast ready. John, wake up. You've got to move the calves to the north pasture.
Blah, blah, fucky, blah. Grant gets out of solitary after 9 months.
9 months. He seems okay, though.
Yeah.
Perfectly okay.
Blah, blah, fucky, blah. Garden Party finally got permission to come and visit, so Grant gets a whole bunch of rolls from Paulie.
I'm going to read you the rules. If you break any of them and the visit is over. Rules governing the visitation privilege at Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. 1. Inmate and visitor will speak loudly and clearly and in the English language. 2. Inmate and visitor will not discuss conditions of imprisonment at Alcatraz Island. 3. Inmate and visitor will not discuss current news events. 4. Inmate will be allowed a maximum visitation time of 2 hours once each 30 days.
Yeah, he was like, no touching, no fucking, no laughing, no talking, no nothing. Like, you get 2 hours, 30 days or some shit.
Yeah,
like
2 hours,
2 hours
every 30 days. Yeah.
Like, that's terrible.
And then, we cut to
But he's an idiot.
the visitation, which is all monotone. And how is my daughter? She good, Mark Hamill. She good.
She good, Mark Hamill. She good.
John, I was so worried about you.
I'm all right, Maria. It's not as bad here as you think.
I want to get a lawyer to represent you at the trial.
No.
I have some money saved, John.
You need what little money you have for Sandy and yourself. I know it's not easy for you out there. I'm pleading guilty.
You served your country in Korea. A judge and jury have to take that into account.
I'm guilty, and nothing can change that. How's Sandy?
She's fine, John. She talks about you every day. It's amazing how well she remembers everything.
4 years is a long time to a child.
She likes her school very much.
That's important.
You can be very proud of her.
I am, Maria. And I'm very proud of you, too.
Dude, I love how they haven't seen each other forever, And she's like, hello, darling. How are you? Nice to see you.
You're surprised by this? That's her acting in every one of these fucking movies.
I got pregnant by a poet and a jerk.
So,
Wow.
blah, blah, fucking blah. The inmate's dad who died, he kills himself. And there's no enthusiasm from old Mark Hamill either.
Jesus.
George,
What?
it's Hill.
Dude, there's no enthusiasm.
He steps
for
in
fucking
blood or
anybody.
whatever, and he's like, oh, vampire mustache. Guy dead.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Al's dead. And he just sits there and stares, and they all stare. And I'm like, well, I mean, even Paulie Walnut says he's a cock, Like, I love how he's telling him that his dad's dead. He's like, yeah, too bad you won't make it to the funeral 8 years later. And I'm like, you're a cock.
Yeah.
But there's only him, though. There is nobody else. There's Paulie Walnuts.
It's the only guard.
And then there's the warden.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, pretty fucking much, dude. So, anyway, now comes the most interesting part of this movie.
It
Is that John has a plan to get out of his cell.
Right.
He picks up his bed.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is this dude
is good.
fucking doing? He puts the bed in his mouth.
And we're both like, is he learning how to suck dick?
And then he
Like,
breaks his own tooth, I guess?
Yeah. Breaks his own tooth. Then he gets in bed.
Why?
Rips it out.
Why does he break his own tooth? So he can file the fucking bars? I don't think that works that way.
I don't think so either. I don't think you can do that. I think the tooth would basically just fall apart after a while.
Well, it does because this tooth craps out, so he does it again. And then it cuts to the vampire mustache and old Mark Hamill outside talking about how many teeth he's gone through.
I'm almost through one bar.
How many teeth have you knocked out?
4.
You know, John, if you do make it off the island, first place you'll have to go to is a good dentist.
4. He's knocked out 4 teeth and he's not even through the bar yet. What the fuck?
And it's like, dude, once you get through the... Well, never mind. We'll get into that. Blah, blah, fucking blah.
But that's the thing. There was no fucking plan.
After getting out the bar, there's no plan.
There was no plan at all. He was just like, I got out the bar. And you're like, okay, what after that? I knocked out 4 of my teeth first.
We'll see that in action because first, blah, blah, fucking blah, Dr. Bloodbath wants in.
I'm in, Grant.
In what, Artie?
Whatever you have planned when you cut through that bar you've been working on. I've been listening to you file that bar at night. You're smart, Grant. The one con who almost made off this goddamn rock. That's the reason why I'm throwing in with you. Besides, I can be of help to you. Once I get my hands on one of those guards' shotguns, no one in this whole fucking place can stop us.
Well, it's like, well, if Bloodbath heard you filing that fucking thing, then everybody else heard you filing that fucking thing. You know? I mean, you're sitting there all night with your teeth on it, you know.
So blah, blah, fucking blah. Grant finally does escape his cell.
Let's not mention the amount of pain that you'd be in from ripping your own teeth out.
Yeah. And he sneaks around the dark for how long, me? Forever! Forever! Fucking ever! He gets into it with Bloodbath.
Grant. Rack my cell, Grant. Shut up. Son of a bitch. Rack my cell, you bastard. Rack my cell, you son of a bitch.
The alarm goes off.
Fuck you.
Well, because Bloodbath was supposed to be sleeping. You know, first off...
Because they were trying to screw over
his
Bloodbath.
stupid-ass partner, whatever, you know, he was the one who's supposed to be watching him and making sure that Bloodbath was sleeping.
Yeah. But it cuts right to him getting bitched at by the warden.
You are going to leave this island in a box, Grant.
At this point, Warden, I don't give a damn.
May God help you.
And getting solitary again.
Yes.
And he's now a zombie.
Now he looks like absolute shit. They must have given him
he looks like how
years.
we were looking by this point in this movie. All gray.
But he's a fucking idiot.
And then they put him in the cell
idiot.
again.
He had no plan when he got out after knocking all his teeth
To
out.
sneak around. That's
plan.
about it, yeah.
He was just gonna sneak around. I'm like, dude, you were, ugh.
So he gets shit from Kmart Polly.
You get some rest, smart guy. I've seen them all, Grant. All the smart guys like yourself. Alphonse Capone. Now, there was a real smart guy. I saw him lying in a pool of blood over by the prison barber shop. One of the cons had cut his throat for him. Then there was Bernie Coy. That smart guy figured a way to get into the gun gallery. Took over the whole cell block. A couple of days later, I saw his body in the morgue. There was more holes in it than a piece of Swiss cheese. Yeah, all the smart guys wind up the same way. I wonder how it'll be with you, Grant. Maybe like the kid. You let me know anytime you want to take a shave.
Yeah.
And then he gives it back.
Someday, Hager, I'll get off this goddamn rock. But you won't. You won't ever get off. You're doing time here, just like the rest of us. But you're too stupid to know it.
Yeah, we're both serving time here. You're just too stupid to know it.
He's like, I can go home and I can do shit. You know? I only have
Can he go home? He's the only fucking guard.
That's right. He is the only guard, so maybe he can't go home. Maybe fucking old Mark Hamill had a point.
And then he writes a letter to Content Poddy and his daughter.
Today I was given several of your letters. I spent the afternoon reading them. It was a happy day for me. Sandy, Dad is very proud of your schoolwork. Mother has told me what a good student you are. Sandy, how big you've grown. You are a very pretty girl, just like your mama. Please take care of each other and remember all the happy times that we had together on the ranch. I want you both to never forget that I love you and that you are always in my thoughts.
And he's like, hey, I got all your letters. That's awesome. So glad you guys are doing great. I'm about to do something really fucking dumb.
So it cuts to him in the mustache, vampire mustache outside.
I've given them 5 years of my life. That's enough.
Afraid they don't think so, John.
My skin is about the same color as that wall. I'm going to climb it, walk down to the water, and swim away from this goddamn place. There is a chance the guard won't see me. But if he does, at least all this will be over.
He's got a 300 Magnum rifle up there. Don't do it.
You walk over to the other side of the yard, George.
John, don't try it. It's foolish.
You've been a good friend, George. One of the best I've ever had. Move away now before it's too late.
He takes his shirt off, tries climbing, don't even try to climb, stands up and goes, and then get blam!
And Kitty claws the wall. And now, Polly Walnuts, you know, basically shoots him in his back. And you're like, oh, okay, so you were like, oh, he's the nice guy. He won't do nothing like that. Well, Dickhead just shot him when he knew there was no chance he was getting out.
Yeah, so he dies, has flashbacks.
Of like you're like, yeah, and you could have that, but you chose to be stupid. Knocking your teethers out, clawing at a thing, letting fuckface get, like, you could have just opened the cell and he could have got caught. Whatever the fuck, you could have used him as a decoy. Whatever! But you chose to be fucking stupid. You could have jumped off the boat before you docked. You could have done all kinds of shit, but you're fucking stupid. Most inept, fuck criminal, fucking ever. And I don't care if he died.
Yeah, me either. Because now we get credits with a whole bunch of cells slamming, you know. Ka-chang.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care, I don't feel bad. I'm like, he's an idiot. He had his chances, like 1,000 times he could have got out. But maybe every time he tried to get out, he kept thinking, like, what sex would be like with Garden Party again. He was like, ah, fuck! And he was like, and he fucked it up for himself.
Yeah.
Because his mind wouldn't let him do that. He was like, no. Even his penis was like, no. And like recoiled back into his body.
Turned itself inside out. So, I'm done with fucking Nick Millard, man. For real. I am done with Nick Millard just as much as I am done with fucking Neil Breen.
Well,
if anybody else said, if somebody says, I found a new Nick Millard movie, 99.9% sure, I'm going to be like, fuck you. There's a 0.1% where I might be like, okay.
I would.
But it's mostly 99.9% that I'm going to be like, fuck you.
99.99. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, dude, really?
Really?
I'm over Nick Miller more than fucking anything ever.
Yeah.
Fuck Nick Millard.
No. I'd rather not.
Fuck. I lost it. I guess on that note, for Gutter and Bird, this has been another one of the worst movies on YouTube.
Most inept criminal on YouTube. Like, this idiot had his chances. And I've never seen anybody voluntarily bust their teeth out with a fucking...
bed.
A bed? Like,
Yeah.
You didn't think there was a better idea for that? They're like, no. He picked up his bed and went, oh, gawk, 4 fucking times.
Yeah.
And didn't bleed to death. Like an idiot.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. Like, what? You know? I don't feel bad for that character.
No.
Nick Millard needs to learn how to write a character better than old Mark Hamill, who's a fucking idiot.
On that note, we'll see you later.
And even old Mark Hamill's a fucking idiot. You didn't.
Wait, you mean the real old Mark Hamill, or you mean the character
the
John?
The
you mean
real
Mark Hamill?
Old Mark Hamill's an idiot.
Why?
Why?
I don't fucking
Because he fucking saw that script. He knew that.
Oh no,
movie was
you
gonna be
mean John? I thought you meant Mark Hamill was an idiot.
Yes, the real Mark Hamill is an idiot too.
Why?
Because he saw that fucking Last Jedi fucking script. He fucking saw that shit. He knew it was garbage. And he was like, I need to pay my rent. You know?
They probably had him under some sort of contract. They're probably
What
like,
do you mean? If you don't do this, we kill you, Mark?
or we just,
use your likeness
we
and
sue the fuck
everything
out
else.
of Yeah, probably. They're like, we'll just fucking CG it over some other dude.
We're just gonna take your soul, Mark.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they did. They took his, they took Carrie's, they took fucking all of them. Harrison, Mm-hmm.
I don't think Harrison has no soul. He's doing another indie. He's like, I don't care. I'm old and I'm decrepit. I'm gonna be like,
or maybe it's like, I don't want to give up these characters to anybody because I know the woke culture.
Well, dude, he's ruining them as it is. So why don't you just maybe give it to somebody else? Because you ain't doing a good fucking job.
Yeah, I know, but nowadays it's just they're like Hollywood's like, I have a solution. Let's remake it and make it an all-female cast. And you're like, yeah, but is that the right thing to do, or is that what you think everybody wants you to do? Numbnuts this fucking thing, and he would have got out.
All we had to do was do any other movie than this.
And we would have got out. But we decided no. We were just going to do Nick Millard and suffer through that.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yes. Yes. Fuck.
Give me Wings Hauser fucking pounded away Milky Chick any fucking day.
Timmy Wings Hauser randomly fucking dry humping chick and right by the EMTs while they're trying to do their job. He's like, yeah.
Any fucking day.
Give me
La Cienega! Christmas!
Yeah.
Presents! Any fucking day.
Any day.
Because at least that movie was fucking interesting. If it had anything good for it, it was fucking interesting. It's not interesting.
No.